Welcome to the One Piece classroom. Let's talk about Zoro. Did you like that intro? I felt snazzy, like snazzy dress, like a teacher, almost. But no, first off, welcome back to the channel. Hello. If it's your first time seeing me, check out my other stuff. I read through One Piece. We're at like volume 61, right after the time skip. It's been great. I feel like it's about to get better, from what I've heard from some of the comments of like, oh, what you're about to come up on? It's gonna be good. But no, so this is the first character video that I'm doing, because you guys have been like, oh, you should do character videos, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Full disclosure, I've never seen a character video for obvious reasons. Spoilers are those reasons. So I don't really know what character videos are, but what this series is going to be about is more me talking about a character, why they're great in the world of One Piece, what makes them a great character in general, in fiction, in and of itself, and why I personally like the character, or personally don't like the character. That's right, I'm planning on doing this series with a lot of characters, and some of these characters are not going to be my favorite. I thought a lot about this, and I was like, do we start with Luffy? Like, do we just start with him? No. And then I was like, well, do we go with a Straw Hat, or we go with a side character? Smoker would be a cool character to do a video on. But the only character that made sense to kind of, like, start this series is Zoro. And the way I landed on that is, Zoro is Luffy's right hand. He, to me, is the character of the Straw Hats that keeps them on track, keeps them on mission of being pirates and getting through things. Which, yes, I understand he's not good with directions, so keeping him on track or on path is... I see the irony in the words. So yeah, that's how I landed on Zoro, so let's get into the video. So I've thought long and hard about what this video is, and I was like, oh, I can go through all the fights and all that. I'm not going to do that. I am going to say, here are my top 3 favorite Zoro moments. Number 3 obviously has to be when Luffy meets Zoro. This is one of the only Straw Hats that Luffy was like, hey man, I want to get him. He's the pirate hunter. None of the other crewmates he really knew about. He knew about Zoro. Zoro had already made a name for himself before even joining the Straw Hats. And let's be honest, he had one of the best introductions, too. Like, I mean, he was hanging there, he was already beat up, and he already... We met him with the air of, oh, this guy has seen some things and done some things. And in my opinion, he's one of the only Straw Hats that already had that air of, like, being a pirate. All the other ones were kind of, like, thrown together, and they make this amazing crew. But he was going to be great. He was going to be the greatest swordsman, regardless if he met Luffy or not. That's one of my biggest points, is Zoro was going to be legendary regardless if he met the Straw Hats or not. Regardless of if he ever went on this adventure, he was still going to be remembered in this world because he was going to be the greatest swordsman. Number 2 is when he was going to become a statue. Like, he was going to cut off his own legs, but he's like, you know what? If I'm going to go out, I'm going out in a good pose. If I'm going out, I want to look real cool. And that shows that he's willing to do anything. He was going to cut off his own legs to not become a statue. He was like, yeah, I'm getting out of this. A lot of the other Straw Hats, you can make the argument, and maybe throughout the series I will make this argument, they become great because they met Luffy. And Zoro does, I think, become a better pirate, a better person because of Luffy. He becomes the best version of himself. That's the best way to put it. Because he met Luffy. But his character and his moral doesn't depend on Luffy. And him reaching greater heights and the motivation to keep going doesn't depend on Luffy. A lot of the other Straw Hats, it does. For better or for worse. And let's be honest, there's really just something to say to be like, you know what, if I'm going out, I'm going to look super cool. Early on, it made us understand his mentality. We knew right off the bat who this guy was towards the beginning of One Piece. But number 1, and I know people saw this coming, nothing happened. I mean, come on, right? Like, come on. That's the moment. He's fighting Kuma, and Kuma says, you're going to take all of Luffy's pain. And I'm still getting chills. How long ago was it that we read this? Like 2 months ago? And I still get chills when I think about it. I don't think I could be wrong. I think Sanji was close. I don't think another Straw Hat. I think they would have done it, but they wouldn't have survived it. Because it goes back to his character. So now let's talk about Zoro's character. So up until this point, volume 62. That's all I can talk about with Zoro's character because that's as far as we've gotten. Well, I've gotten. You guys, again, way past me. But his character traits that he actually shows. Direction? Not great. But as Luffy's right hand. Okay, so let's think about Luffy as a character, right? Luffy as a character is carefree. He's kind of winging it as he goes along. And he treats pirates or adventures or fights or danger as a game. And another moment that I really didn't talk about. I know I was like, oh, top 3 moments. Top 4. When Zoro tells Luffy and the whole Straw Hats at the time, we're not playing pirates. Stop acting like it's a game. And that to me solidified him as his right hand and one of the most important, if not the most important character to Luffy, who's our main character, in this entire thing. I could pose this question and put it down in the comments below, but I could pose this question. Luffy is not who he is today in One Piece without Zoro. It's a crazy question, right? Like it's wild. You can answer, you cannot answer. It's up to you. But I don't think he is. I don't think Luffy becomes his full potential without any of the Straw Hats. But Zoro specifically pushes him to become captain. So maybe I rephrase that question. I rephrase that question in the sense of, does Luffy become the captain to his full potential that he is today without Zoro? Character? Maybe. Captain. The captain of the Straw Hats. Does he command the respect that he has today without Zoro pushing him? Because Zoro was one of the first ones to say, that's my captain. He was one of the first characters in the entire series to say, that is my captain. He was the first one to believe in Luffy to be a captain. He was the first recruit. I think that's why people love him. And I think that's why he really is in votes or anything like that when they do in the back of the manga. He's like 2, 3. He's at least top 5 every time. Because he was one of the first recruits that Luffy ever wanted to get on his crew. He wanted to get him on his crew before meeting him. And I know I seem like I'm repeating myself about, he was the first one, but it's one of the most important parts of what makes Zoro great. Is one, as readers or watchers, he's one of the first other characters that were introduced that stays around up until this point of the series. So we already feel a connection to him. So I do think that's why he is so popular, is because we have, I don't, because I'm reading it right now, but you guys probably have nostalgia for that character because you remember watching or reading and seeing this swordsman come in. And he is the first time that Luffy, who we have read since the beginning, that Luffy recruited for his crew. He's the first part in the puzzle that is the Straw Hats. So no wonder he is second, third, fourth people's favorite character. And he's majorly popular. And I know you're like, oh, well, he might be overhyped or he might be overpowerful or, and all that. That may be true. I haven't gotten to current, so I can't speak on that. I think up until this point, to me, he has never done anything where I thought, oh, he's overpowered. And the man has cut through a ship. And I still buy it. Because he makes you buy it. You're like, yeah. He can cut through steel. What is it? Mr. One, I think, was the one that could turn to steel. And he was like, if I can't cut through steel, I'm worth nothing. And you buy it. You buy his power-ups as he goes. Because he's the type of character that will always push forward. That will always rise to the occasion to protect his people. And that's the other thing that I really love that we have gotten to watch Zoro become. He cares for his Straw Hats. He used to be a lone wolf. That's a great character. I know it is definitely overplayed in anime and manga, for sure. But it doesn't mean that it's not great to read and watch. To watch this character that even in the beginning he was telling Luffy like, we'll see. Yeah, I'll join for now. We'll see. But he cares about him so much to the point of, and somebody commented on one of my One Piece videos, and if I can find it, I'll put it right here, that the reason that he's like always tired or, you know, sleeping all the time is because he stays up at night to keep guard for everyone else while they're sleeping. And to me, it's kind of like the nothing happened moment. It's like he told Sanji, don't tell anybody what happened here. Because he doesn't do it for, look at me. Like Usopp, as much as I like him and Soj King, you know, different character. Usopp, as much as I like him, and Sanji too, they want to see how great. Look at what I just did, huh, Nami? Yeah? Zoro does things, and he doesn't want recognition for it. He does it because he believes that it's his duty or the right thing to do. And especially now, with the close bonds that he has made. And I think I will make this argument, he cares about Sanji too. As the one Straw Hat that they're always at odds with each other, he cares about him. He's protected him a lot of times. And he's even been impressed by him a lot of times too. They are the best brother relationship that I have seen in One Piece. And that's why I think I like those characters together so much. Is because Oda writes them that if you've ever had a brother, you kind of understand. Where you're like, I hate him, but I can only hate him. You cannot hate him. Me, hate him. And we haven't even gotten to, because I haven't gotten to it in One Piece. What I am probably going to do updated videos the further I get into One Piece about these characters. But I've never really said, maybe sometimes in the comments talking to you guys, but I've never really said like who my favorite characters are and this, that, and the other. He has one of the most interesting mentor-mentee relationship with Mihawk. And that's why now, especially after the time skip, I really hope they dive into that story. Because a lot, like Luffy has so many, you know, rivals. Sanji really doesn't. Chopper doesn't. Brook doesn't. Frankie doesn't. Robin doesn't. Nami really doesn't. But Zoro, Oda is, I hope he is crafting this rivalry with Mihawk that can grow over One Piece's story and finally come to a conclusion. I don't know how long it'll be. I don't know if the conclusion is already happened or the conclusion could still happen. I don't want to know. I just hope that's the type of side story that Oda is building up with Mihawk and Zoro. And he's one of the only Straw Hats that actually has one of those side stories. But this is one of the last things, and it wasn't a big part of the video, because I really, honestly, couldn't think of much to write about it, except for, he's a swordsman, and swords, cool. Like, swords, always cool. They're never not cool swords. You never see a sword like, not cool. What a great analyst of that. But yeah, so that is my first character video, and I couldn't think of a better character to do it on Zoro, because to me, he is so important to Luffy's journey through One Piece. And really the world of One Piece in and of itself. And the crazy part about this is, I'll tell you this, I was kind of writing some stuff out, and I was like, oh, I feel like I can go deeper. So, that is up to you guys to decide. Let me know in the comments if you want me to continue doing these character videos, but go even deeper. Like, actually try to do a lot of research and really... Do you want, like, detail of these characters? Or do you like how it's just me saying why I like these characters, why I think they work well into the world of One Piece, and how they work well as characters? Because honestly, I'm doing these videos because you guys have asked me to do these videos. But don't tell anybody, I had a great time thinking about why I think Zoro works. Because you know when, like, you're a popular character, you don't really think about why they work. You're just like, it's a popular character. But actually thinking, like, what does Zoro bring to Luffy, the Straw Hats, and the world of One Piece was so fun for me. So I really do hope you guys enjoy these videos. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. It means the world to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. And let me know in the comments who you want me to talk about next. Because honestly, I am drawn to do the Straw Hats, but we know about them. Let's think of some side characters that we want to talk about. That, I think, would be really, really fun. But yes, thank you for watching the entire video. Thank you for supporting the channel. I say it in a video. I say it multiple times in a video. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And class dismissed.